Okay, so this is a very short one, very short video lecture because it's better if you actually read the handout that you can see inside the folder, the references folder in our Schoology account. But let me um, tell you how you should navigate that handout, okay? And then how your outline should look when you submit the output, because your output is an outlining activity. So how will you outline your introduction? This lecture will also tell you ano yung dapat laman ng introduction mo, paano siya dapat nakaayos, paragraph by paragraph. So, ang gawin natin, i-access ulit natin yung sample introduction na binanggit natin kanina in the first lecture. I also recommend that you read that as well. Kasi magandang sample siya, gumamit siya ng principle of threes. So, you can see it here on the left. Makita mo din na hinighlight ko siya, di ba? And then this one, yung mga sentences dun sa A, B, and C that actually pertains to, that's actually a paraphrase or a summary ng mga na-highlight na kulay dito sa kaliwa. So sa kanan, makikita mo yung outline. So how does outline look like? So meron siyang mga Roman numeral, di ba? Your headings ay may mark na Roman numerals. The headings should actually contain your topic sentences. There's a hierarchy here. So naka-flash itong mga ABC. That means they are lower in the hierarchy. So yung mga Roman numerals, those contains the main idea of the paragraph. But the ABCs or the alphabetic bullets should contain the supporting details. It's your choice if you will make already a conclusion on the last alphanumeric or alphabetic bullet. But definitely you should focus on putting the main idea on the heading and then supporting that here in the ABC. So essentially you're doing the topic sentence and the middle sentences or the supporting details. So if we dissect the sample introduction, diba, we mentioned kanina that the first paragraph actually tells you or actually introduce you to the concept of escapism. Na actually we're already familiar with escapism, we're already doing this. And then it gave you several supporting details back on that topic sentence. On the second one, dito din discuss kung bakit applicable din yung escapism to computer games. Kasi diba, the research is about escapism from computer games. So it's making a point. And then they also supported it, the main idea. On the third one, if you will take the time to read it later, dito, redefine yung escapism. How do most people look at escapism? What's their personal definition? And it's summarized here. Let me summarize that. For most people, ang escapism is a way to step out of the real world, to forget their problems and real life obligations inside this virtual world, this constructed world. And then on the fourth one, notice the use of at the same time transition here, because it's now showing you the darker side, diba? If the third paragraph talks about the positive benefits, the fourth talks about the negative effects. So of course, like all things, if done excessively, napasobra, diba? Escapism will result to in this one, procrastination, diba? Kasi nakalimutan mo na yung real life application mo. Maybe it's helpful sometimes if there's a way for you to forget them for a moment, but if you totally avoid them, that will cause you a problem because they are your obligations. So that's the dark side of escapism. So notice as well how we move from more general to more specific topics each paragraph. So paragraph number 1, we talk about escapism. What is it? Second one, we talk about escapism in games. Bakit pwede ka mag-escape through games? On the third one, we mention the benefits. Why is it helpful to escape from time to time? But we also talk about the dark side of it. Okay, so escapism, and then escapism in computer games, and then benefits and drawbacks of SKPSM. So we became more detailed as you are progressing in your paragraph. Paragraph number 5, dito pinag-uusapan natin yung research gap. Kaya dapat nakakuha ka ng research gap No, because this is the space na pupunan ng iyong research. Ibig sabihin, wala pang nakakagawa ng research na to, ng aspeto ng topic na to. Wala pang researcher na nag-aaral. So dito, minention niya na gusto niyang i-clarify yung definition ng SKPSM because in references, in literature that he read, nakakita siya ng opposing definition, di ba? We show benefits and we also show effects. So, alin ba talaga? What's the definition actually? Okay? And this is paragraph number 6. This is the last one. So, now, you have to present now your research study. So, after giving general background information from paragraphs 1 to 4, and then paragraph number 5 showing the research gap, ibig sabihin, ano yung pupunan ng pag-aaral, ano yung nakita mong kulang in this study about computer games. So now that na-mention na yun, paano naman pupunan ng pag-aaral mo this present study, that research gap? Okay? So sabi dito, the research study, definitely you should mention the specific objectives of your study. So dito sinabi niya yun, di ba? So, what is escapism? Ayan yung ito yung mga questions na gusto nyong masagot. Is it useful for explaining why people play computer games? And if so, how can it be researched? So, definitely, here in the green one, it was further clarified na gusto nilang tanongin yung mga players, what's their own definition of escapism? They also plan to ask players which of the definition most closely apply to their motivation for playing. And alin doon sa mga motivation na yon ang iniisip nila ng mga players kapag naglalaro sila ng games. Okay? So finally, you will explain your research study in the final paragraph. So ano yung laman? As a summary, ano yung laman ng iyong introduction? So here I present you an inverted triangle. So the base is at the top and the apex at the bottom. Not a coincidence kasi in the first paragraphs, di ba, mas madami yung ano mo doon. That's more general in aspect, in scope, and going to more specific. Specific, ibig sabihin, your own research study. So in the yellow one, you should present your general background information. Yung general background information mo from general to specific din, di ba? Kasi if you will notice the triangle, mas numinipis siya, di ba? And then on the middle one, the middle part, you present it is heading second to the last paragraph, you present your research gap. And then, on the last paragraph, you present your research study. Ibig sabihin, i-mention mo yung research objectives. How do you see it? How do you plan on doing or on achieving those research objectives? Definitely, I think you should access the handouts so that you can read closer dito sa mga nakasulat sa kanan at sa kaliwa. Okay? So, good luck. I'll see you next time.